It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Thursday morning, May 19th. I'm James Spann. Most of the state dry today, but an active day tomorrow with a good rain event, maybe some strong storms. But the weekend looking pretty good. Here we go. Water vapor satellite view as this day begins. Trough back in the Southeast U.S. that will be lifting out. We'll check the radar as of 5:19 this morning. Rain and storms mainly over Georgia. We noted at that point there was a shower near Prattville, one near Tuskegee, but for most of the northern half of the state, this day will be dry. And we got a front kind of bisecting north central Alabama. North of that front feels pretty good with 50s, Cullman 56, but south of that front, Montgomery has 70. And as the upper trough lifts out, a wave forms on the front, and that will bring that rain in here tomorrow. To the west, a flash flood watch for much of South Texas. Up north, frost and freeze advisories for parts of the Great Lakes. In terms of severe weather potential, we have the standard slight risk of severe weather today for parts of the Texas coastal plain region down to the Rio Grande. That includes Houston and Corpus Christi. A marginal risk over into South Louisiana and South Mississippi. And then tomorrow, there's a risk of severe weather around the Gulf Coast. In our state, we've got the standard slight risk south of a line from near Grove Hill to Greenville to about Eufaula. That would include places like Monroeville, Evergreen, Andalusia, Mobile, Dothan, Gulf Shores. The Hangout Music Festival, of course, is going on at Gulf Shores, so just be aware of that possibility. Could see some pretty rough storms. Now, for the northern two-thirds of the state, it's a marginal risk, the lowest end risk for places like Birmingham, Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, Gadsden. And we'll take a look at this in detail in just a moment. And then on day 3, which is Saturday, a marginal risk for the South Atlantic coast and the Florida Peninsula and for parts of the western Great Plains. This is the rain for the next 5 days, and the bulk of this will be tomorrow. Rain amounts about 1 inch here. So here we go. Let's see if we can answer your questions. This is the GFS, the 06Z run, valid today at 1 o'clock. And you can see the trough is lifting out. But the better dynamic support for rain will be west of the state, Texas and Oklahoma. And that's the high-resolution HER today at 6 o'clock, basically showing nothing. So we're not going to mention any showers today, partly sunny with highs up in the low 80s. Tomorrow, the wave comes out. There's no really tight surface low, but still a low-pressure wave on the front. And in terms of the timing, there's not been very good consistency. People want to know the exact start-stop times because we have a lot of things happening. State Baseball Championship Series in Montgomery. You got the Regions Tradition Golf Tournament at Greystone in Birmingham. A lot of high school graduations tomorrow night. This is what the high-res NAM looks like tomorrow at noon. It's got a big mass of rain and storms moving into West Alabama. We have seen other runs that bring a mass through here early tomorrow morning. So I can't rule out the chance of rain at any time tomorrow. But it could be the most organized event comes in the afternoon. This is 4 o'clock, and a big batch of rain and storms passing through here. And those storms could pack a punch. And this is 10 o'clock, and the bulk of it will be over by then. So I would say just maybe the main window for the heavier rain or storms, maybe 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., that 12-hour window, plus or minus a couple of hours, depending on where you are. So what about the chance of severe weather? Let's take a look at the instability coming off the high-res NAM. This is at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and those numbers are pretty robust. This is suggesting the instability values could ramp up to over 3,000 joules per kilogram from basically I-20 south. And again, this is, getting into late May and seeing numbers like that. That's not that odd this time of the year. The storm relative helicity products values here, this is 0 to 1 kilometers, are a little higher than they have been, suggesting there might be a few sustained updrafts. And the STP actually prints out a little bullseye down over Perry County. But remember that the surface wind fields are not that strong. There is no deep surface load. This is not really a tornado setup. We do note the low-level jet values have come up. This is in excess of 50 knots at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon over parts of Alabama. That's the winds where the pressure is 850 millibars. And the EHI values are now in excess of 2 units. So, while maybe it's not a classic look, we certainly are going to have to watch the storms carefully tomorrow. With thunderstorms, you always expect the unexpected. And anytime in March, April, May, you have to watch the radar closely. So, risk of strong storms, maybe severe storms tomorrow with rain amounts of about 1 inch. But the weekend looks good. This is Saturday. The sky becoming partly sunny. Probably mostly sunny during the day. The high, I'd say around 80. We stay in the 70s tomorrow with rain. And Sunday, just a beautiful day. Sunny, lower humidity, low 80s. Go to next week, Monday, sunny and more, mid-80s. Tuesday, this is suggesting there might be enough moisture back for an afternoon shower in spots. And we'll consider that. For now, we have the forecast dry. And the same thing Wednesday, warm, muggy, mid-80s. Maybe a shower in the afternoon, but nothing widespread. We've got the SEC baseball tournament goes on next week and the following weekend at the Hoover Met. This is Thursday of next week, a little trough over the southern plains. And the same thing, this is suggesting maybe some severe weather for Arkansas and Oklahoma, maybe Missouri. But for us, warm, muggy, the chance of scattered afternoon storms. You'll hear us say that basically every day from late May into August. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Saturday, May 28th. And again, broad troughing to the north, and the same thing, warm, humid, maybe a few scattered storms. I think that'll be kind of the standard forecast for that SEC baseball tournament. And with scattered storms, you dodge them and you play ball. Numbers, highs mostly in the 80s, lows mostly in the 60s for a while. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video this morning. We'll have notes in the blog. The next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.